and welcome. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Andrew, and we're brothers. And this is the Daniel and Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV and movies about a ragtag team or a Suicide Squad that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Did you do anything fun this week?
I've been watching Andor, and I've been playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Mm.
It's pretty good so far. I think you made the right call. I don't think you'd like it. It is very cutscene story driven, but yeah, I don't think you'd like the gameplay at all.
Yeah, you told me about it. I looked at it. I don't know. It looks. That's the one that's like Final Fantasy ish. Yeah. Eh.
Yeah.
I know people love those kind of games. Those are really popular. I mean, Final Fantasy is really popular, right?
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't get the appeal, to be honest. It's very Japanese style. Those are very popular. You know, kind of. I mean, Persona's popular and stuff like that.
They're turn-based games, yes.
Yeah, but they have a like a weird like rhythm to those. Like not like it's like turn based, but it's also like that like Japanese style turn based games. Like there is a difference.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. It just has like this like thing that's different. Anyway, not interested in that game. I'm glad you're liking it though. Um,
What
yeah.
have you been doing?
So I've had a lot of stuff happen, but stuff that's like my own my own crap in life. So, and we're here to talk about fun stuff. So, yesterday I went. Every once in a while, AMC does the Screen Unseen. Sometimes Harkins does it. They have like a called a mystery cinema, and some other places do it. But it's a mystery movie that hasn't come out yet. Um, last and they give you like the approximate run time and the rating of the movie. So
Mm-hmm.
last night it was a rated R movie, and there was only a few options it could be. It ended up being Fight or Flight, the like bullet plane basically there with Josh Hartnett, and he's on the plane, and there's a bunch of assassins on the plane trying to go after a cert.
Oh, okay. Have I seen a
Um,
trailer for that or something? I
yeah, we
don't
saw a
remember.
trailer for it. It's literally bullet train, but it's on a plane. Except instead of Brad Pitt, it's Josh Hartnett.
Who's that?
He's the guy in Trap.
Oh. We watched a trailer for this? Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm not remembering it. I do know who you're talking about now, but
Yeah.
I don't remember this movie.
Um. I think you'd like it. I mean,
Oh. I mean, I liked Bullet Train, so
it's basically just a low budget version of that. I mean, but there's like fun kills in it, and goofy stuff happens, and
is it in the way like Bullet Train where it has different points of view as well, or is it just from the main character's point of view?
well, the thing is like there's only like it's not it's you don't see as many of the like assassins backstories and stuff. It's basically just the person he's trying to find, him, and then them fighting.
Okay.
Uh, but there, I feel like it is also like Bullet Train, and it's like there's more people get added on as the thing goes on, and it's like, okay, who are these people? Where did these people come from all of a sudden, or whatever? Um, but they're on
Okay.
like one of those really big jets, you know, where it has like the top is like the first class, and the second, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so you have like, and then they have a lot of I like the in this they had like side characters like the flight attendants, where like, you know, there's like the first class guy who's like really about his job or whatever, and you know, and stuff like that. um watching this movie made me go, man, I wish Josh Hartnett was Johnny Cage instead of the guy from The Boys, because he would have been a good one, and he's definitely younger than um, Carl Urban, so he's a handsome guy too. Um,
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, I'll wait till I see the Mortal Kombat movie before I
it
agree
was
with that, but
very
I see what you're saying.
his performance in this was very what's his name, the Fall Guy, the guy in the Fall Guy. It reminded me of the Fall Guy. His performance, Ryan Gosling, is very Ryan Gosling coded. His he even has like bleached blonde hair in the movie, so that's why I'm getting that. Yeah, but I thought the movie was pretty good. I mean, I know that you would like it. I mean, I would be shocked if you saw that movie and went, "Man, that movie sucked ass. I hated it." You know, I'm sure you would be like, "Yeah, that was fun." I'll give it like a 7. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. The story was dumb, but it was simple. Um, so yeah. Um, that was all. That's the. I didn't watch any. I haven't been watching anything else. I've just been working and stuff. So,
Hmm.
um, so I saw the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, and they put that trailer out right after they said, "Hey, we're delaying it for over a year." So
It's not over. It's like 6 months.
what?
It was supposed to come out the fall of this year,
It's
and
coming
they
out September next year.
no, that's May.
They said it was coming out in May.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
sure it says it in the trailer. I don't know where you're getting September, but
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong on that. So yeah,
Uh,
it's only 6 months, but yeah, still a delay nonetheless. So
um, I saw the people saying, "Hey, we don't care about this game anymore." I don't see that being true, to be honest.
who said that?
I mean, it was just I saw like people's reactions, people like comments on stuff and blah blah blah.
You're saying there's comments saying they don't care, or you're not
Yeah,
seeing that? I mean, I'm in that camp. I don't think it. I mean, we'll have to see, but the way they treated Red Dead, I'm like, I ain't buying anything for $80. I can tell you that. And I'm definitely not buying anything for over $80, which is what people think is going to happen. So it has to have not only a good single player, it has to have like a fleshed out multiplayer. I don't want to be a beta tester. I don't
yeah.
want them to add things in after launch. It needs to have content ready to go and things for me to do with my friends at launch. I refuse to buy it if it doesn't have that. So, and I probably won't buy it all because I doubt it's going to come down in price anytime soon. So,
I get it. I mean, when that game comes out, it's gonna be a popular game. Um, I mean, if the reviews come out and they're good, I'll probably get it.
I think the single player will be good no matter what. They've always been good, but that's what they do to get your foot in the door and get you to try the multiplayer. But I want the multiplayer. That's what I want out of the game. I want that to be good. I don't. I'm not interested in a modern shoot 'em up style game with crazy action sequences. I'm just not interested in that type of game, especially if it's the same just third person shooter type of thing, but like with really good looking graphics. Some people are interested in that. I'm not. I'm just there for the co-op aspect of what I can do with my friends.
I agree. I don't think I have ever played a the single player on GTA ever. So, I don't
Yeah.
care.
So then you want it.
Yeah, I just I mean I played the multiplayer. That's what I mean. I think I played San Andreas. I think that might be the only one that I actually like played like like
Hmm.
for more than 5 minutes. Um, yeah, I think it's San Andreas is the only one because I mean I remember like the songs and stuff in San Andreas and the characters and things. But also I think San Andreas is like the memed one now, like him ordering food at the drive-through and stuff. So,
Yeah.
um,
I mean, people really like that game. That's why it's memed. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good game, right? But usually,
Hmm.
yeah, when people like it, I mean, it gets memed, right? So, yeah, I mean, I, let's talk about the trailer here because they actually put out a trailer for it. So
Yeah.
we got,
I mean, it was cinematic, not gameplay. So.
I would say, yeah, I mean, it got pushed back a while, so I'm not surprised that we're not getting that much gameplay. Now, I think it looks good when the characters aren't moving. Because once the characters were moving, it was like they look like video game character. Like there's
I
like
mean, it's a video game. Yeah.
they've they've never been able to get like girls' hair in a video game. I've yet to see it in a video game where that like a like flowy hair like looks real. It's always like it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then it goes back to it's always very bad looking. Um,
Yeah.
but like it looks nice, and we got our protagonists. It looks like it's just going to be the guy and the girl here, are like modern Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. Um, we've never had. I don't think there's never been a female protagonist in a Grand Theft Auto game, and a couple in a Grand Theft Auto game either. I think so. Um, that's kind of interesting. Uh, they're, I guess, they're attractive people. I don't know if that makes people more interested. I don't know. Instead of like in the last one, it was like kind of that like white trash guy and mobster, and then the
Hmm.
gang guy, right? So,
Yeah. Those three characters were kind of tailored to having action sequences and crazy things happening, right? And so are these two to a certain extent. But when you have a focused story on two people that are that connected, I don't know. I could still see maybe they have more characters that they just haven't shown yet. That could be it. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah.
well, they were always before five. It was always one character.
Hmm.
So that was what was special about the last one, is that there was multiple characters. And yeah, this one I'm not sure how they're gonna do it. If they're just gonna be one at a time, like I would assume they just go back and forth, and then sometimes the other one's with you or whatever. Or maybe they'll have like you can be either or the whole
That's
time.
what I would. That's what I would assume. Yeah. There might also be, she's better at some things while he's better at other. I don't know what those things would be, but where I want to play the lady in this mission because she can do yay thing over him. I don't know.
That's a
It
good
could
point.
just be a personal preference. I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, they go with they're back in Miami again, or sorry, not Miami, Vice City, and then so that's a return to a locale for Grand Theft Auto. Also, I think also the last game, the having the three different characters, they were all like sort of like characters that we followed before in other Grand Theft Auto games, like San Andreas, and three was always, and four was like a mob guy and stuff. So I think they kind of were like kind of archetypes that they had in other games, and they just kind of gave them a whole bunch of them in the third that last one. So I think this one they wanted
Hmm.
to go something completely new, and that's why they did it. I think. Um, I don't know. I think it looks pretty good, but it's just gameplay or not gameplay. It's just the story, right? Um, but I mean, with Grand Theft Auto, I would just assume it's going to be the same kind of gameplay. So, um,
The only thing is that, do you think that's purely cinematic, or do you think that's in game? Because
I
that
don't think
looks
it'll.
really good if it's in game.
I think
But
some
I
of
don't.
very. I think very little of it was in game. I thought most of it was cinematic, but sometimes they were like there was a moment where people were like picking up trash and stuff, and then it looked like normal kind of stuff. So I would assume some of
Hmm,
like very little of it was actual gameplay type in-game look to it.
okay.
But yeah,
I thought it was cinematic. I was just curious what you thought.
when they're like sitting on the beach and stuff, it all looked very cinematic, not game in-game stuff.
Yeah.
But I
Hmm.
think there was a couple things that were in-game. But yeah, um, yeah. I mean, I will probably play it, but I probably wait for reviews. Um, I mean,
I'm
I
definitely waiting for reviews. I even if it's like a 10 out of 10, I still might skip because I don't know if I'm endorsing $80 games.
yeah. Well, let's hope that people have self control, but they won't.
No, they won't. That game's gonna sell. That's gonna go. That's gonna be like a top 5 games of all time, no doubt. No matter what they say, and they'd have to sell it for like $150 base game for people not to buy it. They could sell it for $100 and people will eat it for sure.
I mean, that split fiction game sold millions of copies in like the first day or something. So, I mean, can't imagine what
That
the.
was It's only like a $50 game or a $60 game.
Yeah.
I don't know. You bought it. It was not 70. So, and you
No,
can play it
I
with 2 people.
think it was 50. I
Yeah,
mean, but
like
that
it
game
wasn't
is
a full
very
price game.
limited. I mean,
I mean, it can't do what a GTA can, but I mean, it's probably still going to be considered for Game of the Year, just like the other
oh
one
yeah.
was.
I mean, the other one won, and that's not.
Yeah,
I like the one where you're in the prison more than I like the last one. But that I mean, the one that what's it called? It Takes Two. I mean, those that game does do a lot of things. Like you do different like versions, like you play different like game styles in the between the game. I mean, they're good games. I like those games. Every time they put out a game, I want to play the game because and it's co-op. So, um, I mean, I play video games because I like playing multiplayer games. I don't really play any single player games. I have very few single player games even though my favorite game, I think my favorite game of all time is Fallout New Vegas. That's a single player game. But
yeah, that's the only single player game you play. And Midnight Suns randomly.
Midnight Suns, I played all the Saints Row games,
Oh yeah,
Fable. Um, I will definitely like when that next Fable comes out. I will be playing it for sure.
I'll
Um,
play it because it's going to be on Game Pass, but I would never pay $80 for it.
uh, Whenever that Perfect Dark remaster comes out, which seems to be never, but if that whenever that comes out, I'd play that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, but no, I don't. I mean, I like Bethesda games. I prob I'm still thinking about trying and doing Oblivion because that remaster came out.
people say it's good.
I
Yeah,
don't know. So
yeah, I know you don't know. I think you should try it to find out for yourself, and you can tell me if it's good.
yeah. So I mean, I will play one here and there, but I have to like really be interested in it to even give it a
Yeah.
shot. Um. So yeah, that's enough video game talk. I think. Let's get into our news here. Um, did you see that they made a John Wick documentary about like the whole history
I
of John
saw
Wick and stuff?
the trailer for it. Yeah, they're
What'd you
just like
think?
going back behind the scenes. I thought it was interesting. I might check it out. Yeah, is it? What is it on? Do you know anything like
I
about
can't.
that?
I don't remember. I think it was called like Wick is Pain or something like that.
Hmm.
Wick.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I I might watch that. It depends on how long it is, and um, but I do think it's interesting. I mean, that whole movie is just like stunt work and behind the scenes stuff. So that would be pretty interesting to watch.
Comes out on Friday. It looks like it's like a digital release. Doesn't look like it's looks like
Oh,
you
it's not
have
like
to.
streaming service or something. I have to pay
No,
for it.
looks like you have to pay for it because I,
Uh,
I, I, because it's Lionsgate, right? That releases John Wick, so it's not like there's no service.
yeah, I'm sure that'll get stripped and put on YouTube. So I'll just watch it there.
Yeah, like if it was a a Universal movie, it'd go on Peacock or whatever, but it's not. It's
Hmm.
Lionsgate, so
Yeah.
um, I thought you would be interested in that. Um, but yeah, I agree. I wouldn't pay for it. So, um, but I mean, there's a lot of John Wick has definitely changed. I feel like action movies go through like they have like one movie that kind of changes what the next like 5 or so years of action movies look like, and John Wick is definitely one of those movies. Actually, Keanu Reeves was in two of those movies because it was John Wick and The Matrix. Because The Matrix changed how they made action movies for a long time after as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I think The Matrix, Jason Bourne, John Wick, those are all like ones that changed how action movies are made for a while. That was the last like three or so changes there. But so yeah, the gritty stuff in the background on John Wick because I think it is interesting because that first movie was made for like $4 and just was just a cult hit. So and now there's been four of them with a
Yeah.
spin-off on the way and then another one coming later. Um,
TV show.
TV show.
There
That's
was a
right.
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, Ballerina. Ballerina comes out in like a month, I think.
Cool. I
So
wonder
yeah,
if do we have that on the review list yet?
I don't remember to
I'll
be
have to look
honest.
at that. Yeah. Yeah.
I believe we do. Uh, I'd be
Because if
surprised
we
if we
don't, we're
didn't.
double reviewing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's on there. It comes out the week after the Karate Kid, I think. Um, yeah. Okay. Let's talk about more stuff that you've watched here. A couple things. So Shogun, the second season, it is coming out in 2028. Um, so yeah,
Capitalize on the hype.
yeah, exactly.
5 billion years later.
2028, and there will be a 10-year time jump because, I mean, Shogun is supposed to be a one-shot deal, not
Yeah.
another season. So yeah, there'll be apparently a 10-year time jump for between the first and second season.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the first season was good. I mean, so I'm willing to watch a second one. I'll definitely jot that down in my 2028
28
schedule
calendar.
there.
Yeah.
Um, but that's cool. I think it deserves one. I hopefully it's just well written and stuff. I'm sure it will be. It's probably the same people, I would assume.
I would assume so. I don't know what they're taking the story from because I don't know if there was more books or not. I would assume
Yeah.
there wasn't, but I don't know. So I thought that would be something you're interested in. I've heard it's really good. I probably should check it out myself, but I just didn't get around to it. Um, the boys, creator guy, he revealed that there will be a full reunion of the three main guys from Supernatural on the boys. Um,
Uh,
so the guy who's Soldier Boys already was,
yeah.
or the guy
So
who's,
they're adding the other guy.
yeah,
What
the
do you
other
mean the
guy.
three guys? Who's
There's
the
a
other guy?
third guy, Misha Collins. This is the actor's name.
Is he like an angel or something? You have no
You're
idea.
you're asking the wrong guy. I
Okay.
don't know squat about that show.
Okay. I know very little. So I did try watching it. I still didn't catch on. I just got tired of it.
I don't know how. I thought you watched that show, so
I've seen like the first season. I don't know. I don't know. I fall off of those shows. Dude, it's like 15 seasons long or something. That's like a
yeah,
lot to watch.
it
It's like,
is.
isn't that like the longest running show or something? At least
It's
one of them.
it's
It
a
probably
very
doesn't, unless you're counting like
three
soap operas or something. Like, I'm pretty
three
sure that's
hundred.
one.
It has over 300 episodes. Cas Castile, Lucifer, Jimmy Novak. That's the
Those
Misha
are
Collins
names.
character. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's like an angel or something then.
Yeah, so Sam and Dean will be on screen together in The Voice. They confirmed
Yeah.
that. So I thought you had watched Supernatural. So
Yeah, I knew who the other guy you were talking about. I just didn't know who you're talking about with the I only watched the first season, so I doubt the other guy was even in it because I don't remember a third person. But I'm sure they were still kind of figuring out what they were doing with the show in the first season, I believe.
gotcha. Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't remember him because that guy wasn't even on the show until later. That's why you
Yeah,
never
I
knew.
figured. Like it started very like supernatural, like there's just some things that are supernatural here and there, and then it goes full on like demons, angels, anything you can think of, pretty much it goes there.
Me and Dad went to trivia the other day for the first time in a long time, and there was there was a trivia question. What was the only series? Because that on the CW that started when it was still the WB network, and that was
Uh,
Supernatural. Started in 2005 and ended in 2020.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, uh, I mean that was like a beloved show. People loved that show, and
Yeah.
so
Those guys must have worked like crazy too to pump that much out in 15 years.
it has an 8.4 on IMDb. I mean that's a pretty good rating for a TV show.
I'm not even saying it was a bad show. It's just a lot. I don't know. I think the beginning was probably a little rough, and I just needed to get through it. One of those shows where you just
Yeah,
watch it until it gets good. But
yeah.
there's only so much watching. I think I have a higher tolerance than you. I don't think you would have made it that far.
It's probably when that guy shows up, probably like year 3 or whatever. That's probably when it gets good. Probably. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't care enough. And
yeah.
that's I've the and I don't think I've heard anybody other than women say that they like that show. I don't think I've heard any like guys go, "Oh my god, supernatural, spectacular."
I think it does appeal to both, but yeah, it's they were attractive guys,
Handsome
and
guys show, yeah, yeah,
yeah, it definitely. I would even say like Lucifer's kind of in that same vein. He's like a really handsome guy. Women like that show.
yeah. I I think I probably would like Lucifer actually. Um,
Lucifer was really good, and it's a lot more. I don't know, bite sized. It's not super long, but it's not super short
yeah,
either.
I think that's based on a comic as well. Lucifer.
It's based on something. There's actually this one episode where they have like a musical episode.
Hmm.
You would have loved that episode.
I think they did that when they did like I think like the Flash and stuff did a musical episode and stuff. I think
Oh, probably, yeah.
yeah, I think
I
yeah,
mean,
he's
I think Flash tapped every box imaginable to keep that going. I know they kept it going forever.
I,
They
I
he goes back to the future, back to the past
they
10
did
billion
like
times.
they did like 8 seasons of that show. I thought I had watched more. I had only watched 3 seasons, even though I felt like there was 1,000 episodes that I watched. And I only went back and watched that musical episode. And I'll tell you, the musical episode I actually thought was pretty good. I actually think it did. I mean, all of the people on that were like Broadway people, like
Yeah.
and the girl who's Supergirl and the guy who is the Flash were both on Glee. Like they're all like actually can sing. Um,
Mhm.
I think in that episode he proposes to Iris. So it was actually like a
Okay.
Barry uh, proposes to his girlfriend, like the
The
lady
girlfriend
he likes the whole time.
at that time, yeah. Well, you don't know what happened after. I'm sure it could be some other
No, they get
girl.
married. They have kids in the comics and
Oh,
stuff. Like there,
okay.
that's like an important. That's like a really important part. Actually, that's actually a good episode.
Yeah, until he runs back to the past and changes everything.
Well, there's where she
And
died.
then
There's
there's
different things.
Reverse Flash
It's
against
just like
Twisted
Spider-Man, man.
Flash.
It's just like Spider-Man. There's different versions where this love interest dies, this love interest survives, this love interest doesn't actually end up with him, blah blah blah. Who cares? That's comics for you. Anyway, CW shows not really usually the best, and doesn't always appeal to me. So anyway, so they're gonna be in the boys. Right now, Guy Ritchie is going to direct Roadhouse 2 with Jake Gyllenhaal returning for that. Um, Roadhouse 2. Of the first Roadhouse, I with Patrick Swayze, I've never seen. I didn't see the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal either. So,
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them, so
um,
I know what you're
but
talking about. But yeah,
Guy Ritchie making it gets me more interested.
yes, we
Um,
like Guy Ritchie here. Yes.
Guy
Is
Ritchie,
he just directing like 200 projects? It feels like. I feel like his name comes up all the time.
yeah, he makes stuff all the time. And Guy Ritchie, he made that one movie, The Covenant, with Jake Gyllenhaal. So I guess, but I think it was the Bourne guy that did that last Roadhouse. But there was they did he was pissed that they put it on Amazon Prime instead of putting it in theaters. I think that was the problem. So they had to get somebody else. I mean, but I did really really well on the service. So it probably would have done okay if they put it in the theater, but whatever. So yeah, that's probably why. And we know that Guy Ritchie has no problem putting stuff on streaming services because he has a show on Paramount. He has a show The Gentleman on Netflix. So might as well do one on Amazon. Or
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, they all seem willing to give him money, so he does quality work. So
yeah, um, yeah. Pretty much. I'm not like. I don't. Some. I think his worst stuff is usually just like okay. Like I don't. There's not a lot of like really bad. Oh no, sorry. The Man from Uncle. That movie's so boring. Um.
I actually don't think that's like the worst movie ever. I
Oh,
actually
it's super
thought
boring.
there was what he's done a couple with Jason Statham, but they're not that great. I watched one. He goes inside of like a bank thing. It's not a bank. the people that transfer money back and
Armored
forth.
Trucks, Wrath of Man.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a pretty decent movie. The only thing I didn't like is like the like overarching story that you completely forget about until like the end of the movie. That's the only thing I didn't thought was stupid, but I still thought it was a pretty decent movie.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to watch Man from Uncle again because I feel like Man from Uncle was better than that, but maybe they're similar. I don't know. Maybe I just like Henry Cavill. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the British guy's playing the American, and the American's playing a Russian. Uh, that
I don't know why that bothers you so much.
I just thought it's just
It's all
stupid.
theater. I don't care.
Uh,
I watch House pretending to be American for
yeah, but that's
1,200 seasons. It doesn't bother me.
yeah, yeah, whatever. Um, that movie was it's just such a boring movie. Um, and anyway, whatever. Who cares? I mean, he's made plenty of good stuff that I've liked. So, um, maybe I'll watch Roadhouse too. Probably won't. Anyway, let's get into the old trailers. Hop on the trailer train here. Um, and everything's gonna be great, Andrew.
About what? Oh, the movie, the trailer. I
That's
was
the
like,
name of the
what?
movie.
Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me which one this is.
This is the one with Bryan Cranston and Allison Janney.
Uh, this is the one that I think for sure you'll be interested in
Yeah,
because it's
that's
about
right.
the theater.
That's right.
Anything that has theater, I have to watch the trailer of.
And I didn't even. I just saw the people that were in it. I didn't click on it and go, "Oh, it's about theater. Let's talk about it." I just saw the people
Gotcha.
that were in it, and
You
I clicked on it.
just you sniffed the theater from the screen. I
I
gotcha.
didn't. I really didn't. To be honest, this week the trailers were not. There wasn't a lot of poppy
Yeah,
trailers. To be honest, I found some
there
good. What
wasn't.
I thought looked okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there wasn't a lot of buzzy trailers to talk about. I thought the movie looks pretty good though. The writer of I Tanya, um, and that movie was good. And believe Allison Janney won her Oscar for that movie. So um, I thought this trailer looks pretty good. I like the actors in it. It it looks like it has its comedic moments, and then it's got its dramatic moments for our dramatic leads here, right? Um,
Yeah.
they're all kind of quirky-ish people, and they all have their stuff. Um, Reminds me of kind of Little Miss Sunshine esque, where there's going to be comedic stuff, but there's also obviously going to be the dramatic moments, right?
Yeah. I will say, as long as it's, I don't want to say like a dead week, but I wouldn't mind seeing this to review. Uh, I thought it
I
was
mean,
interesting enough.
this is
If
probably
it's
something.
did it say when it's coming out? Like if it's
Uh,
coming out like when all the summer blockbusters coming out, it's getting skipped. But if it's like September, late August or something, I would check it out.
Everything's gonna be great. Comes out June 9th.
Oh, skip a Rooney.
uh,
Just like why? Why would you release that then? No one's gonna see that. You're gonna have your snooty booties theater people watch it, and that's it.
pretty much, yeah.
You're gonna get
Yeah,
two
that is a
cents.
weird time.
It's not a streaming thing, right? Like that's a theater,
I believe so. Yeah.
a movie theater thing. Yeah, I didn't. I don't remember seeing Amazon attached to it or anything. So, well, that's too bad. Maybe I'll watch it when it comes to streaming in like a month.
June. That's weird. Why does it say June 9th? I mean, that would be. Yeah, it says June 9th. That can't be right. That doesn't make any sense. Um, but yeah, that would could be right when that um, John Wick thing, Ballerina comes out. What is
Yeah.
it called?
I mean, I
Everything's
think
going to be great.
there's a lot of things coming out in June. It's not just ballerina, but yeah. Um, I think like our June July is pretty. Isn't that like is that Fantastic Four? Or is that later? Is that like
That's
fall?
July. How to Train Your Dragon. Um, the week before is Mission Impossible comes out. Lilo and Stitch
Wasn't
comes
this
out.
like yeah? Wasn't it like Superman too? Or is that July?
That's July as well.
Like
It's
July, June is so busy. Why would you release
I don't know.
a movie like
I'll
this
tell
then?
you. I'll tell you. There, it's I, the summer is definitely stacked this year. You know, I'm hoping that these theaters do well. Um,
Oh, I'm sure they will.
you know,
I mean, I couldn't even get to a theater to see this freaking movie today. I even purchased early, and they were all the luxury places were gone. Everything. So I went to a standard, but I went down to Ogden, so it wasn't bad at all. But yeah,
yeah,
I think the theaters will be fine this year.
cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's that isn't even a Friday. I don't know. Maybe it's a temporary date. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Um, but I thought the movie looks pretty good, and I'll definitely check it out. The next trailer we're talking about is The Unholy Trinity. Now, this stars Pierce Brosnan and Sam Jackson, and pretty much nobody else that you've ever heard of. This looks like a very small potatoes movie here. Uh, but I mean, I like westerns. Um, but yeah, it definitely looks like they just filmed outside a lot or on little sets and stuff. What'd you
Well,
think?
yeah, their whole budget went to friggin' Sam Jackson and what's his head. So
Pierce Brosnan? Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard of the directors or writers or anything. So just a small indie movie. Um, but I mean, I'd probably check it out. Definitely seems like a streaming movie or whatever.
when's it
So
coming out?
June as well.
Yep.
So yeah,
Bye
but
bye.
maybe it'll be counter
Skipperoonie.
programming or something. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Something you see down the line or not at all. I don't really care.
I mean,
Um,
it does look interesting enough. Yes, if it goes onto some streaming platform that I actually have, then yeah, I'll give it a shot.
maybe. Yeah. Um. Then probably the most interesting one of the bunch is Spike Lee's next film which was his now fifth collaboration with Denzel Washington, which is Highest to Lowest. Now this was a teaser trailer just to give you a taste, basically, and to basically say, hey, they're making another movie together. This is a remake of an Akira Kurosawa film. Famed Japanese director with High to Low, which is like a very famous one that he's made. It's an extortion plot, I believe, is what it's about. Um, but it looks like this one is a rapper or something. Um,
Okay, so it's set like in modern. I mean, it's
yeah,
definitely set in modern day era. It was just, I don't know. I was pretty lost throughout the trailer. I don't even know what it was about because, like you
I
said, it's a teaser. So
I believe that the Kurosawa film is a period movie, so this one they're just gonna make it updated or whatever, right?
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he wants to make a, but I feel like they've done adaptations of Japanese films that have done well. Like there's been but there's also been foreign films that are remade, American remakes that do horrible. But I mean, I have faith that Spike Lee can make a good movie.
Yeah, and I mean Denzel sells seats regardless. So
Oh yeah. Well, and him making a movie with him does
yeah,
well, I'm sure. Um,
unless they're releasing it in June, but I doubt it.
I believe that this one was not like
I would
this
assume it's
wasn't.
later since it was a teaser.
It's a teaser, and that would definitely be. They'll definitely probably want to
Hype it up a
what's
lot more.
hype it. It's A24 movie. Um, oh, August 22nd,
When I was saying would be a good time.
late
Um,
August. Yeah. Um, I believe that's around the time that that Leonardo DiCaprio one comes out, that Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
yeah, cool.
I think maybe that's September. Yeah, that's September actually. But um, I rem I haven't watched a lot of Spike Lee movies, but the ones that I have watched, I did like. So I
Are
probably.
any of them I've seen?
Did you see Black Klansman?
No,
Uh, Malcolm X.
no,
Uh, Do the Right Thing.
no. You're
Uh,
actually naming the ones they like showed in the trailer, but yeah, I didn't see them.
uh, yeah, Inside Man. Um,
Okay, so I haven't seen any. I doubt I've seen his not talked about works.
what's the
So
one? Da Five Bloods is the last one he did with. That was like the last one with Chadwick in it. Um, mm, yeah. Well, I I feel like there was something. I feel like he made one that was like really like uh maybe
popular,
not.
mainstream.
Yeah, guess not. I would say Black Klansman's really good. It's John David Washington, Denzel's son, Adam Driver. Um,
Yeah, I've heard
what
of
is it?
this one. I heard it was good. I just never watched it.
Topher Grace is actually in that one. I think you probably like that movie. That's a pretty good movie. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll probably check it out, and it will be a theater release, obviously. The A24 is putting it out later, where it has room to breathe, which is smart. Um, I mean, A24 has kind of buried some of its movies this year, putting them in bad release dates. So, but I'm sure they have faith in Spike Lee and Denzel, right? So
Yeah.
cool. And that was all the trailers we got for this week. Are we ready to get into our review of Thunderbolts asterisk here?
Yes.
um, so yeah, that's what we're talking about this week. We found out what the asterisk was for. Um, I'm not sure if I love the reason. I don't know if it's because of what they revealed during the movie or what they revealed after the movie is what the asterisk is for. I would assume what the end reveal is, but
The end
um,
credit, yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, uh, what did you think of this movie, Andrew? I'm curious.
Um, I thought it was a good return to kind of, I don't want to say classic Marvel formula, but the last good ones have been ooh, fan service, ooh, nostalgia, ooh, this thing. You know what I mean? And those have been the good ones. And then the ones that try to have their own original story and whatnot kind of fall flat. No, nobody likes the main character type of thing. Um, they're not per se bad movies. They're just in that averagey realm, where this one does. I don't want to say like an original story. It's still very, none of it's really like a secret. It's not like a mystery or anything. You know how the movie's going to go, but it's done well. So it's kind of a back to form to, I guess, original Marvel. I don't know. Not
I
sure what I'm
think
trying to say with that.
I think also what you're getting at is I also think it's a contained story like the old Marvel, like before the Avengers. There were more contained
Mm-hmm.
stories that is just about them. It doesn't feel like the whole world's at stake. It felt like just like a small contained story. It doesn't feel so big. And I like that. I like character driven stuff, and this was a character driven plot. Um, I thought all the acting in it was very good from everybody, like top to bottom. Um, uh, I mean, the the I mean, it's an ensemble movie, but I mean, there is a lead. I mean, Florence Pugh is the lead in this movie.
Yeah.
I like her as Black Widow more than Scarlett Johansson. Um, I never really liked Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Um, I like Scarlett Johansson outside of Black Widow, I think, as an actress, but I don't know. She never really clicked with me. I just think that people think she's like attractive and stuff and like
I
her in
mean,
a
I think that had something to do with it, but Scarlett Johansson didn't really lead her own movie until after it was pointless to have her lead her own movie.
yeah.
So I don't think she really got a good chance to shine as Black
Mm,
Widow. Whereas this one, we've seen Yelena, but it's always been a side thing. You know what I mean? She was in the TV show. She did a bunch of stuff, right? And this was kind of her time to shine, and I think she did a pretty good job. It's also a very relatable story to every, human on planet Earth. It's not goofy outer space multiverse gobbledygook. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's a very
Yeah.
based story. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her in it. I like Louis Pullman. I've liked him some Bad Times at the El Royale. It's a very good movie, and he's really good in it. Um,
Who is
Bill,
he in this movie?
well, he
Right.
is he's Sentry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha. I know
he's
we
in
don't want to
Top.
spoil anything. I get it.
He's in Top Gun, and
Mm,
uh,
okay.
his name was Bob in Top Gun as well. Actually,
Yeah, there was a lot of, dudes with shirts off in that movie. I don't remember all of them.
he's a really good
Tom
actor.
Cruise
The
was in that movie, but I don't remember anybody else. Sorry.
Tom Cruise, Glenn Powell, Miles Teller, uh,
Yeah,
Monica
people.
Barbara. Who's in that one movie about Bob Dylan? Um, uh, anyway, whatever. We're talking about Thunderbolts. Louis Pullman's a good actor. I liked him in this. I liked his character. I liked all the characters. I will say something about this movie is cheapened for me because of something else that Marvel has made, and that is heavy spoilers. So we'll get into that
Okay,
in spoilers.
sure.
But that's the only thing that really lessens this movie for me. This is other than Deadpool and Wolverine. I think this is my favorite Marvel movie that they've made since Spider Man.
You didn't like Deadpool?
I said other than Deadpool and Wolverine.
Uh, I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think I agree with you too. I don't. Like I don't think there's been like a really good Marvel film other than Deadpool and Spider-Man, but those are the two specific ones where they're just like nostalgia, fan service,
Yeah,
people, yeah. This is like a good movie because it's got a good plot and good character building.
I think it's the best made movie that isn't just fan service or nostalgia. Uh,
Yeah. I think I agree. At least if we're talking post Endgame. Yeah.
yeah, and that's 6 years almost.
Yeah, I know. I'm just reining in what we're talking about here because I
Yeah,
don't think
I
it's
mean,
better than
it's
stuff
bet
pre
it's
Endgame, but I
better
think it's good.
than yeah, it's better than I mean, I think it's better than a lot of things. I like this more than a lot of stuff. I like this more than I like this more than the other two Spider-Man movies. I like it more than the Ant-Man, the first the yeah, all the Ant-Mans.
You like this
Um
more than the Ant-Man's? Really?
yeah, I did like this movie. I like this movie a lot.
Oh,
Um I like
okay.
that it's just a like a well done story. I don't think any of the characters sucked. Um, I mean, like like they made like I like the dime store Captain America as they called him. I liked Ghost was a throwaway villain in the second Ant Man. I liked her in this. I liked the chemistry was there. This reminded me of I thought this could go two ways. It could be a dog doo doo movie, or it could be like a Guardians. It's made by a guy who primarily did like TV and indie movies and stuff. With the guy who did Beef, who did this, and he made like indie movies. It's very James Gunn like, where he just makes can make something really well done. It's a ragtag group and you just have to have the chemistry to be there. And I thought the chemistry was there. Um, and and it doesn't need to have like a huge CGI battle. Um, so, and it worked for me on pretty much every level. Where I definitely would be interested to see this group again. And I thought when they uh, announced this movie, I was like, that's a problem. So
Mm.
um, Stephen Ewan was unavailable to make this movie. He did beef with this director and the writers and stuff. It's too bad because Stephen Ewan, I think, missed out on a good part. Um, so, but
I'm sure he'll get something else.
yeah,
It might
but I
not
do
be
like
as
this guy.
good, but yeah.
But I do like this guy. So who was Sentry? So, um, I'm at like an 8.5.
Wow. Um, I'm definitely not at an 8.5. I'm probably more at like a 7. I think it was good. Um, yeah, I'm definitely not as high on it as you are, but I do think it's good. I think it is.
Right now, I put it into my ranking of MCU. It's there is now I believe this is like the 36th film in the MCU.
Oh, I thought
Uh,
you were placing at 36. I was
no, no,
like,
no,
what?
no. This is like the 36th film or 35th film or something in the MCU. Right now, currently, it might change tomorrow. Right now, I have it at 10.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm that high on it. I thought it was good though. It's definitely the best since Endgame, minus the two nostalgia bait ones. Yeah.
Um, I mean, like that. I mean, that's quite a few movies. Um,
What
I
we're
mean,
talking after Endgame? Yeah, Shang-Chi, Marvels, uh, Eternals, right?
yeah, Ant Man,
Ant-Man and
Doctor
Quantapupia.
Strange 2,
Yeah,
Black Widow, Captain
yeah, there's quite a few.
America, Black
Yeah.
Panther 2, Thor 4. Uh, Guardians 3. Yeah. I mean, I think it's better than the Ant Man movies. I like more than Guardians 2 and 3. Yeah. Yeah, there's I better than the Marvels, better than every Iron Man but the first one. I mean,
Hmm.
it's better than all the Thor movies, I think.
Hmm.
Better than the Hulk.
I don't know. I don't think it's better than you don't. I don't want to really get into this conversation. We'll be here forever. Um, I get your point. We could get down to the bottom of this, but do you want to go into spoilers and talk about the movie?
I Do you have any more general thoughts before we get into spoilers?
Um, I don't think I'm super sold on the team like you are. I don't think they did a bad job. I just feel like Yelena's the star, and I liked the dad. And other than Bucky, the other two, I'm not sold on. They were there. I'll give them that. And they did have some funny lines. I'm not discrediting that. I'm just not super sold on their whole team. Like, like on Guardians, I liked every single one, right? I liked all of them. I'm not totally sold on the full team, but I am sold on those three.
I think also um, I like that they felt realistic, like people. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't do just like things to continue the plot along or whatever. I feel like everyone made sense, and I like the dynamics between Red Guardian. He like loves the Winter Soldier, right? And he's like pumped that he gets to work with him and stuff. Uh, and I just think like the scenes where they're talking to each other, I like their interactions, and they just seemed it just was well written, well
Yeah,
acted. It looked good. The
I think it
action
was
scenes were
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just not a lot that really takes it down for me on my
I
enjoyment
think a
level.
7 is basically good. You're like in great territory. I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, it might be like an 8. I don't know. I'm in the middle. I haven't seen it more. I've only seen it once. Um, I'd probably be willing to see the movie again. Or I'd be willing to see, not probably, I would be willing to see the movie again.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, um, so we can get into spoilers here. Before we get into spoilers, this movie was also darker than normal, which I also liked. That there's some dark moments in this movie.
I
Um,
guess. I'm not. I guess y'all tell me in spoilers what these super dark parts are, but yeah.
okay, well, we
I
could talk
kind of
about it.
see you. I kind of see you on, at least compared to some of the other Marvel movies where, they literally have a bunch of kids get superpowers and fight the bad guy off. So yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, we can get
Yeah,
spoilers.
and I feel like the Marvel now more recently has been worried about getting darker. And don't get me wrong, I don't love dark stuff. I actually am quite the opposite. I usually like only upbeat stuff. But I think when it's done correctly and nuanced and not beat you over the head with it or edgy to be edgy sake is when
Hmm.
it works well. And that does that in this movie. Um, like with Guardians 3, I had to see animals getting tortured over and over and over and over and being sad, 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 sad. And I got tired of it really fast. I don't need that. Um, but with this movie, I think it was properly. I didn't need to. It was touched upon. It's alluded to. I didn't need it hammered into my head. Um, and it's funny because that's what akin this movie kind of to is a Guardians, or like a Suicide Squad that James Gunn did as well. So Um,
I think this is way better than Suicide Squad.
the Suicide Squad, yeah, I agree.
Any of them, I think they're all not good. So
I thought the Suicide Squad was pretty decent, but yeah, I definitely think this is better than that.
you're saying the Suicide Squad? Like I know the difference between the two.
The Suicide Squad is the one that James Gunn did, and Suicide Squad is the one with Will Smith.
Okay, yeah. The one that James Gunn didn't do is really bad, and the one that James Gunn did do is like all right.
Yeah, okay. I know you're not like a huge fan, and I
Okay,
totally understand.
that's fair. Yeah,
Um, I mean, James Gunn has a style, and when he doesn't, you know, try to make it for everybody, his style is very you like it or
yeah,
you don't, and I get it.
yeah.
Um, I'm not a whatever. I don't want to
Spoilers.
talk about that. Let's talk. I was trying to get into spoilers anyway. I mean, there's a moment that they show more than once where like a teenage girl gets killed or whatever. Um, when they go back into her memories or whatever.
Yeah, a few times. Kind of
That's
like animal torture in your Galaxies 3, but
yeah, but it's not shown the whole time. It's not. It's like
okay. Yeah.
you're hearing things in the background, or things are happening, but it's not like here's
I see
sad
what you're saying.
animals.
I agree with you. It's not as bad, yes.
I don't like
But
things
it's
ham twisted.
similar.
I
I
like
get what you're
nuance.
saying. You want nuance, you want good execution of it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, uh, uh, yeah. I like things people trusting their audience to get it instead of having to shove it down their throats. Um, I liked. Oh, and then the girl, the void, making that little girl disappear after he saves her. That was dark, and we didn't know that she was like, "Oh, everything's okay. We moved on."
I guess. I mean, I didn't think any of those people were dead. Even the little girl. I was like, oh, they just did in a little girl. I knew they weren't going to do that. So I knew
Yeah.
she wasn't dead. And the fact that he was just like, I'm gonna aim this little girl down right in the forehead, right next to our main character who just gets
Mm.
to jog casually away.
Well, I
I
thought
just
he
thought
was.
that was it.
I actually thought he could die because he seemed like a character that they kept kind of like. He
Yeah,
was
I think
like,
I think he's a fan favorite, but yeah, I don't. When it comes to an Avengers movie, he might not be safe. Um,
but I mean, in this one you weren't sure. I mean, other people could. I mean, they literally shoot Taskmaster in the face.
that's a throwaway character, but yeah, I see it. I guess she had somewhat of a plot, so minor in a different movie, but yeah, they all kind of did.
I
But
mean, Ghost was, like I said, a throwaway villain in an Ant-Man movie. I mean, she could have died, you know.
I would have been
But
okay with that.
I'm just saying, there's people could have died in this movie. That's what I'm saying. It's
I guess.
possible. He's not like
Yes, Taskmaster that she had literally one line in the entire movie, like the little girl died. Yes.
in this movie. Yeah, she did. But I'm just
Yes.
saying. I'm just saying it was possible that they could have died. Other people could have died.
Okay.
Whatever. It was so quick. Whatever.
Okay. We're watching Marvel movies, Daniel. This isn't like The Boys or something.
You're just being stupid. It's okay. I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
Whatever. Um,
The girl turning into a shadow is real deeply dark.
didn't say that. That was dark. You can't act like that isn't freaking dark. But whatever. So stupid. I don't know what my next thought was. My train has been derailed.
I mean, I think you were just going over dark parts of the movie.
I was
And
talking
I
about
was making fun of
spoilers.
you
There's
for it.
spoilers to the movie.
Yeah,
That's
spoilers.
um. Oh, okay. So it was interesting. Like, right, Captain America. Steve Rogers takes the serum, he becomes Captain America. What if somebody who basically was like schizophrenic or had multiple personalities or, manic took a serum that gave them powers? Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, and and then you got Sentry and the Void as well. I thought Lewis Pullman did a good job. He was sympathetic as Bob. He looked good as Sentry. He did a good job as the Void as well. Um, I thought that character was interesting. Um, I will say the effect was lessened for me of the ending with them, him going through his memories or whatever and seeing everything, because they basically did this exact story in Moon Knight, like
True.
almost exactly. Yeah, like he's reliving it, and he doesn't want to deal with it or whatever. I thought that episode of Moon Knight is amazing, but also Oscar Isaac is a great actor, and pulled it off so well. So I already saw it, very well done already, and it's pretty much exactly the same thing in this.
Yeah.
Um,
I just don't think many people even watched that show. So to a lot
right.
of people, that's a new thing, right?
Yeah, but I still like it. I still think this movie is well done. I just think that that's honestly the only real thing that kind of brings it down for me, because I feel like I had already seen it. Um, so
That's the part you felt like you already seen. I mean, I just thought this was like Guardians 2.0. That's pretty much what I was thinking.
well, I like Guardians, so I give it a pass, I guess. I mean, I like Guardians, and I
Yeah.
thought this could be
I
like a
mean, I don't
Guardians.
even. I'm fine with getting the same stuff. I don't think the superhero genre has like this full range of different types of superheroes. They're all kind of the same. They have powers, they need to use them wisely and save people. That's all a superhero needs. It's more the
Um,
villains that make the movies interesting.
that's true. I also think something else that detracts from it is they're in New York again. Where are
Yeah,
these
but
other heroes? No Spider Man, no
Avengers are
Daredevil.
over, dismantled. Nobody superheroes anymore. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, why wouldn't Spider Man show up or Daredevil show up or other
They
New
forgot
York?
about him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It
that
wasn't
was
even
some.
that. It wasn't even like that big of a threat. Like it was, but like nobody would have known about it that quickly to respond. That would be
I
my.
mean, the no Spidey senses tingling. I guess. Uh,
What's Spidey sense is gonna tingle against black mist? What is he gonna do? Spin
that's good.
kick some mist?
That's a good point. I mean, I don't know. Good question.
Maybe he
But
did go to help and he just got swallowed like the rest.
turned into
Spider
bull.
Man
Yeah,
couldn't have done anything at that point.
he's just rewatching Aunt May dying like over and over again. Um,
Pretty
I see what
much.
you mean. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's he's swinging and then he just like goes. Poof. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I definitely like Sentry, and that scene where he's kicking everyone's bootay was pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
I liked the sequence where they're all trapped in like that bunker and then they like go up the elevator and stuff. I like that whole sequence, and them
Yeah,
working
I
together
thought
and
I
then
thought
them
this
getting
movie
out.
was really funny. I didn't. I did like the one action scene that you mentioned with Sentry, but other than that, it was all just like funny jokes, haha, kind of action, like the limo scene. No, I didn't think any of it was particularly. But I honestly, when it comes down to Marvel movies, they've just been going funny, haha, than action at this point. So I'm just kind of used to it. But I don't think that If there was like a lot of good action, I definitely would have liked it a lot more. But yeah, I think it's mostly funny, haha, and I worked for me.
Yeah, it's funny, haha, and then it's like also a movie about depression. So it's kind of interesting how this movie
Yeah,
goes.
that's true.
Um,
Yeah, it
I just
definitely
think this
it
the
made
balance was
Sentry a
good.
very compelling character to watch and see how it
Yeah,
unfolded.
yeah,
It
and
had a good villain that's not even really a villain.
he's
That's what I
very
would say.
sympathetic as Bob, and then was good as Sentry, and then yeah, this stuff, and yeah, I mean I like I don't need to talk about every scene. I think it's just go see it and enjoy the scenes. I think all the character moments. There's stuff between Yelena and Red Guardian, and honestly, even Bucky and Sentry and Yelena. I even the stuff with like a John Walker. I um what's her name? Julia Louis Dreyfus's character. You get some backstory on her. Like she's not even like the most interesting character, but I think she played her well. Um, him dry cleaning, Bucky dry cleaning his arm, or what's it, putting it in the dishwasher.
Washing
I mean,
machine, yeah, not
yeah,
dishwasher, yeah.
yeah. I mean, and I'll be excited to see Sentry again when him being powerful again. Like, he's basically Marvel's Superman, and even has an S.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and they'll have to come up with really dumb scenarios to keep him out of specific fights because he would just destroy certain fights.
right,
He'll have to be sidelined a whole bunch, just like
yep,
Doctor Strange was in a lot of the stuff.
yeah, and yeah, the asterisk. Well, we're not sure. That it was the name of her like junior soccer team there or whatever. Um,
Yep,
and then um,
endorsed by Shane or something was the joke.
hmm hmm um, yeah. So and then near the end we get the reveal that it's the new Avengers there. She lures them into a press conference where she announces them as the new Avengers. Um, um, what did you think of that? I thought it was interesting.
Um, I don't like it at
Don't like
all,
it.
really. No, I don't like. And then they're like, Captain America said you're trademarking it. It's just, I didn't like the Captain America movie. I don't think any of them deserve to be Avengers yet. I think they would have to prove themselves in an Avengers movie. But um, yeah, it just seems like, you know, it's just Avengers bait. Go see Avengers, basically, right? Which is fine.
I don't. Here's the thing. Yeah, so it's they did what the MC used to do, which is one movie directly the end credit scene directly, you know,
Hmm.
um, alludes to the next movie, which is Fantastic Four, right? Um, and but also it does set up the Avengers. I actually think that was a good end credit scene. Um, and
I'm not saying the end credit scene was bad. I don't like how they're like, we're the new Avengers. I don't like that. No.
well, they're not the new event. I mean, it says they're the new Avengers, but they're the Dark Avengers or whatever. Um, from the comics, and yeah, um, I I don't know. I like it. But I like I said, I liked this team, and I'm surprised that I did. I think I had low expectations. Um, so
Yeah, that
I guess
probably
maybe the
helped. I'm sure that
but
helped.
well, that's how I felt with Guardians. I had low expectations. I remember watching the trailers, didn't think they looked good, and then I liked the movie. So
Yeah, but I think you you say you have low expectations for Guardians 3, but that doesn't mean you don't love Guardians going into the movie. Like you still wanted that movie to be good, even though you
No, the
thought it
first
was going
one.
to be bad.
The first one.
The first one, you didn't have any expectations, but
I
like
had
the
low
third
expectations.
one,
I thought the trailer for Guardians was bad.
mhm,
So I had
okay.
low expectations going into and that was a movie. Now in hindsight, blah blah blah. But when before, no one knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy was. Nobody. That's a deep cut comics line.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were like, oh, this could be like a big miss for them. And so I had low to no expectations, and that highly exceeded my expectations. And that's how I kind of felt with this. It was like these are like side character nobodies, whatever, rejects, and I liked this movie a lot. So I think it exceeded my expectations.
I hear you. I think this is another almost like an Andor situation. Dark Tunnel ain't nothing been good, and this is good, but it's not great, and people are gonna like it more because it's just been a dark tunnel, man, and we needed some
Mm.
light. That's
I
what I
I
think.
I think this movie is better than you give it credit for. That that would give it credit for, but I could see why you might feel that way. Um, yeah. So they then credits there the new Avengers and jokey joke, and then the Fantastic Four ship shows up. Um, I mean, we knew
Mhm.
the Fantastic Four were coming, so I didn't really care.
Very soon.
Um, very
Yeah.
very soon, in a couple months. I this that Fantastic Four theme is now growing on me, but that's just because I've heard it about a billion times at this point. I
Mm.
saw Thunderbolts in IMAX, and when they have a countdown for IMAX before every IMAX showing, and they like made it Fantastic Four themed or whatever, and they have that theme, the Fantastic Four theme, go off, and I was like,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the Fantastic Four theme. Maybe
it's
I
in
just
all.
haven't seen it
If
enough.
you've seen the
I don't
trailers,
I don't
you
tune
know,
in for the trailers beforehand. I get there when the movie starts. So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
they've played that Fantastic Four trailer before, like any action movie or whatever. I've seen that Fantastic Four trailer, and that song is in the trailer every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so I've heard it a lot, and they play the theme again at the end of this movie when this the thing comes up. So
Yeah.
God, I hope Fantastic Four doesn't suck because they're really pumping it. I mean, they're pumping it a lot, so hopefully that means they have some faith that the movie's not shit. Yeah,
Well,
you know,
we'll see.
because I don't think they'd be pumping it this hard if they thought the movie was bad. Usually, when the movie isn't great, they kind of
I
hide
don't
it.
know. They
I feel
pumped
like
the last Captain America. That was nothing to just write home about.
I don't think they pumped it as much as you think they did. Like they,
Okay.
I don't
I mean,
think
I
so.
guess there was no end credit scene alluding to it, but yeah,
Right. Um,
I just think that's bad on their parts. I don't think
they're
that's.
doing a lot of marketing for this movie. Like they're even now doing the thing where they're showing the new Avengers thing. Um, like there was a billboard where they ripped off the Thunderbolts that it says the new Avengers. Like they're pumping this movie because they think it's good. They weren't doing that for
Okay.
Captain America. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's
I
different.
hear what you're saying. I just think they want people to see their movies. I don't think they're sitting on like some gold mine of a movie. I'll be the first one to admit if the Fantastic Four movie is super great, I'll come on here. Oh, it's an 8, it's a 9. I'll say that. But I'm telling you from those trailers, I don't think this is an 8 or a 9
Yeah. No, I agree. Um, cool. Well, we'll be back in a couple months with another
Um,
Marvel review.
one more thing. Do you have any numbers for this movie? Because I wasn't this one you picked for your
Yeah. So
for the
it's not
old.
great. It's not bad. It made $175 million worldwide this weekend. Like it's not a horrible number, but for Marvel, it's not spectacular either. Um, it's like
I
one of the
thought it
worst.
might be making like gangbusters. I thought it might because I couldn't see it anywhere, but I just think that's a
Now,
normal thing
so
here.
so here's the thing. Yeah, it's usually front loaded. Now, the word of mouth on this movie is very good. So I'm
So there
hoping
might
it
not
can
be that big of a drop off.
drop off.
You think?
Yeah, I'm hoping it
Yeah.
can do like a Sinners, where it's Sinners is still running. It had another good drop. So I'm hoping that it the
What comes
word of
out
mouth.
next week? Do you know?
What comes
Top
out
of your head?
next week? Nothing.
Nothing.
It's
Then yeah,
Mother's Day
probably do
weekend,
good.
and there's nothing coming out.
Yeah, probably do good then.
That fight or flight or whatever. I was like, there's like really nothing. So yeah, I'm hoping it just has it just continues to have good weekends. It's pretty much clear skies until that Memorial Day weekend with Mission Possible and Lilo and Stitch. So I'm hoping it just
Oh,
does. It can have like just a good run, but it's not tracking to do that well. I mean, it could be along the lines of like Captain America, which isn't great. I'm hoping for like 500 instead of like 400. I'm hoping for like a 500, 600, something like that. Um,
you remember what your pick was on that one?
Thunderbolts was my fourth pick because I picked my first pick was Jurassic, and then I picked Superman, and then I picked Mission Impossible,
Hmm.
and then I picked this one, and then Captain America. So I'm hoping like a billion, 800, 900, for Superman,
Oh,
700
oh, for
ish
Superman. I was like, for
Superman.
Mission Impossible, you would say.
Mission Impossible, I'm hoping like a 700 range, like a Dune type level. Mission
You're crazy,
Impossible,
dude. You're
the
great. It didn't make
Mission
that much last year, or
Mission
was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago it
Whatever it
made
was.
Mission Impossible, that last one made like in the $500 million, and that came out the week before Barbenheimer murdered everything. Barbenheimer
Yeah, I know.
destroyed
It's not
everything. No one
exact.
saw anything else.
It's not like it's releasing in some dead week or something, though. It's releasing
That
in a super busy time.
that movie has a much better shot because it didn't come out after a movie event of like historical, like both of those movies made, one made over a billion and one made $1 billion, Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it
I
could
definitely.
last.
What was Dad's third pick? Wicked.
Dad's No, his first pick was Wicked, his second pick was Michael, and his third pick was Fantastic Four, I believe.
Mm.
Right? Because he has
I think you
you have
guys are
one, I
about
have
to get
two, three,
whooped by
four,
me.
five,
That's what
six,
I'm thinking.
seven, eight, nine. Yeah, his was Fantastic Four. I picked Thunderbolts. He picked Or I can just look. Oh my gosh. Yeah, his third pick was Fantastic Four. You're gonna get
Yeah.
crushed by you with what?
I'm sorry. My third pick was Minecraft.
Minecraft. I was gonna pick Minecraft. You act like I wasn't gonna pick
I
that movie.
Hey, I'm just saying my third pick was Minecraft, which I think is going to do better than both of your third picks. So
You had the fourth and fifth pick, so I literally had
yeah,
right.
but it's my third. You could have picked it before me.
I
I only
wasn't.
had one pick
I,
at the beginning. You would have had to pick it
dude,
first or second.
dude, you saw that trailer from Minecraft. If you thought that I would not pick a Superman movie that can make a
Yeah,
butt ton of money before a Minecraft that looked like dog doo doo, yeah, Okay.
Okay.
In no world,
Okay.
you transplant yourself back to there, and you tell yourself think that over.
I made the choice, so I mean, I
I
don't know what
picked
to tell you.
Superman before you picked Minecraft.
Yes, you did. That is correct.
Yeah, you picked, and also you picked How to Train Your Dragon, and then you went Minecraft. So you thought How to Train Your Dragon was
Yeah.
going to do better than
I
Minecraft.
mean, it
So
was the same time, but yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I still think I could have a good stack of movies and win in the long run. Your bottom half of movies ain't great shakes or anything. You're just hoping your
Yeah.
top movies kill it.
I think my top three movies are going to make a billion. All three of them.
Um, I don't think Minecraft's even going to make a billion. So
I mean, it's pretty close. I think it
I
was
don't.
on track for 800. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I don't think it's making a billion.
Fine. We'll see. But
We will see.
it's getting
Um,
close. I can tell you whatever you pick third isn't coming close to a billion. So,
so back to what we were talking about. I would say see it in the theater. I think it's worth it.
yeah. Yeah, this would have been one of the few movies I ever saw before I started reviewing movies. So, I think so. Yeah. If you like
Yeah,
superhero movies, go see it. You've probably already seen it anyways. So,
yeah. I think it's a good movie. I like it. And a good one from a while that I've seen. Um, and there's a lot of superhero stuff out there. Honestly, some of it, like you know, there where they're like they go back to where he was getting tested on. That reminded me of when that thing in the boys where he goes back to where he was tested on or whatever. That's reminded me of that. Uh,
okay. Yeah.
so yeah, kind of dark stuff there.
God, this movie wasn't dark, Daniel.
It was
Jeez.
dark, Andrew. It's literally about depression. Anyway,
It was dark because the city got real dark from all the
yeah,
black.
just hearing his mom getting beaten in the background. Not dark at
So
all.
dark.
I'm
But if
ready.
they show it, that's too far.
I agree.
All right. I think that wraps up our episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then.
This has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.